You might think Americans love their billion-dollar pro leagues more than anything else. But here's the plot twist. Lots of us are rooting harder for the 18-year-old journeyman in school colors than the polished millionaires in pro jerseys. Why? Because college sports aren't just games. They are culture, identity, family heirlooms, loyalty tests, and yes, they're weirdly unbreakable. Today on Unpacking America, we're diving into why college fandom isn't just amateur, it's arguably more powerful than the pros. By the end of this video, you're going to see that the sacrifices, the pageantry, and even the unpaid athletes carry more emotional punch than professional athletes with monster paychecks. Let's start with a nearly obvious reason. Chapter 1. The legacy of place greater than the pro franchise. Common belief: we love professional teams because they have the best players, they win the championships, they pay attention to branding. But flip that. We root for colleges because they are ours. Universities are physical places. They're hometowns you never left. They're where your parents went, where your diploma sits framed on your wall. That connection, it never expires. Alumni donations, booster culture, tailgates in a parking lot before sunrise. That sense of we built this together. A pro franchise, it can relocate, rebrand, or fire your favorite star at will. Example, a Midwestern university that's been here for 150 years. Families have generations of fans, grandparents to kids to grandkids. Pro teams come and go, relocation, name changes, colors, logos. But if place is everything, why do certain pro teams still matter? Because they've inserted themselves into place. Yet even then, their identity is always less deeply rooted than a college that's taught your grandparents. Chapter 2. Tradition, ritual and pageantry. Big belief: sports are just games. Flip it. For many fans, the game is secondary. What matters is the ritual. Marching bands, mascot dances, tailgates that last all day, homecoming parades, student sections wearing matching colors, singing alma mater at sunset. These aren't extras. They're the fabric of the fan experience. You don't get that when you're sitting in a pro stadium watching corporate ads between plays. Take college football Saturday. You don't just buy a ticket, you buy into ritual. Pro sports may sell experience, but at its core it's marketing. The college version feels organic, or at least, that's the perception. Also, NCAA tournaments, March Madness. Every Cinderella run feels more pure even though, yes, dollars are involved. The underdog team playing in their campus gym. That's emotional currency. What about the cost, though? Isn't college sports wildly commercial now? Yes, but the face masks and marching bands still give us permission to believe we're part of something authentic. Chapter 3. Identity versus celebrity. Popular view: pro athletes become celebrities. We worship them. But flip that. College athletes aren't superstars yet, so they feel more like one of us. You don't love them because they're rich, you love them because they could have been you. When a player comes from your high school, or from your city or region, you sense relatability. They live in dorms. Their jerseys feel less luxury brand. Contrast with the pros. They're often global brands, signed by managers and agents. Their lives are distant. You follow them, not because you feel you are them, but because you're fans of what they represent. But then again, don't pro players have more star power? Yes. But celebrity comes with separation, and separation kills loyalty in subtle ways. Chapter 4. Economics of fandom, alumni dollars and emotional investment. Most people assume the money in pro sports means better investment in the fan experience. But here's the twist. Fans of universities aren't just ticket buyers, they're stakeholders. They donate. They fund scholarships. Sometimes they gave to the library or the science lab, but sports becomes part of the package. Giving money to your school isn't just philanthropy. It's part of your identity. That donation supports athletics, sure, but it also keeps your name on a building, helps the next generation, keeps the rivalry alive. In contrast, when you buy a pro team merch, you own a sweater. When you give $100 to your alma mater's athletic department, you buy into legacy. Also, as a revenue sharing, donor-led stadium expansions, the booster club culture. It's more than fan service, it's co-ownership in spirit. What happens when college sports embrace pro-level commercialization? What's the trade-off between authenticity and profit? Chapter 5. Commercialization versus authenticity, the tension. You might think, college sports are pure, they're amateur. But here's the irony. Says big business, TV deals, naming rights, sponsorships. Yet fans treat it like it's still ours. How does that paradox survive? Because fans choose to believe they're part of something bigger than profit. A rivalry game in your college conference still feels like us versus them, even if broadcast rights make hundreds of millions of dollars. That tension is part of the magic. Pro leagues don't offer the cognitive dissonance, they're unapologetically commercial. We'll talk about student-athlete narrative, the pushback on compensation, and how the tug-of-war adds emotional friction and loyalty. You'd expect pro leagues to be more transparent, less politically fraught, yet college sports end up being the stage for larger cultural conversations: race, class, education, identity.